Had a fun lesson out here last week. Jumped down into this hole to grab some gear that I had stashed in the shade. And just kind of rushing around, not being very aware at all. I get down in here with my back exposed and a rattlesnake starts buzzing me. Which, if you've ever been close to one, it's amazing how fast you can move. So I jumped out of this hole with the superhuman powers and just got, thankfully, another wake-up call without having to get a couple of fangs in me to drive the lesson home that every place you put your hands or your feet, anytime you're moving around, especially in the peak of spring, but even in the winter, I've seen them out here in December. Complete awareness of every move that is made, and it's hard to maintain that, but after you get a nice little scare like that, you appreciate your heightened senses and a little bit of paranoia to stay safe, because it would have been bad if I had gotten bit down here. I would have had to crawl out, get the cell phone reception. It's not too far away, but still would have had to call in a chopper, I guess. That would have been expensive and embarrassing. And for the chopper to even find me, I realized that I made another mistake of not having any kind of signaling device on me. I wasn't too far from camp, but all I had was a lighter, so I could have made a small fire, but I was wishing I had a little mirror or a space blanket, something to be able to signal some kind of rescue. And you'd think after all the I shouldn't have stayed alive and survival YouTube shows I've watched of people almost dying from a million dumb things and accidents in the wilderness, that I would know by now, to have some of this basic gear together. But that's it. It's just an ongoing lesson. So hopefully I can share some things as I go along in this sharing of my experiences that will help you to stay safe and to be more alert and just smarter. So many ways to go down in the wilderness. It's so easy to forget. So fun part is that after that scare, I got what my friend David calls Snakeidus, where you see them everywhere. If you've ever experienced it, after you get a nice close encounter like that, you can see the patterns of diamonds, you can see their shapes, you can hear them, and it definitely tunes your senses into being careful of the snakes. And thankfully they're not after us, but you can just step on them. You can, stick your hand into a crack and not realize that they're just there resting. So of course everyone knows to be careful with snakes, but it's an every step remembering to really be safe. So fun times. Glad I didn't have to get airlifted out of here. And yet again, just got a nice little wake-up call.